let's get started. So today we're going to be making Beefless Curry, and I'm going to be using this product here. It's by President's Choice here in Canada. It's like a soya. I think it's got some. It's got pea flour in it. It's got pea protein concentrate. Yeah, it's got soy protein in it as well. So let's get started. Hello. How's everyone doing? Hi, Licky Little Garden. Hey, Lydia. And everybody on YouTube too. So we're gonna be making a curry with this today. So let's get started. I got less time now, so I'm gonna turn up my heat. So this product is pretty cool. I tried it back in the beginning of this year, and my initial thought was it's pretty dense. It's a pretty thick product, right? So you'll see here it's got like a lot of thickness to it, right? But I'm gonna cut it up and use it into a curry. Use it as a curry. I think it's probably ideally fit into a dish that's more like you know, a wrap or something like that, or could go in another meal. But I'm gonna mix it into a curry because I've tried it before and I liked it. So how I'm gonna start is I've got 3 cloves of garlic that I've already chopped here, and I'm gonna toss that into the pan, and I've got half an onion as well. So turn your pan on high, and toss that in here. So once this gets going, while I'm waiting for that, I'm just gonna chop these up, and hopefully everyone's doing well. It's a very eventful week for us here. We had a birthday and a graduation, so end of the school year today, effective today, I believe. Okay, let me just get this going. If you want it, I don't use oil in my cooking, so I just put a little bit of water. Hello, how's it going? I put a little bit of water so it doesn't stick to the pan. If you switch over to my YouTube channel, you can see into the pan as well. And we got some music going on in the background. Hopefully the sound is good. Really do a sound check. Yeah, so this has become a regular. I'm streaming on Fridays and also Tuesdays. So Tuesdays I'm doing juicing. Hello. Yeah, I'm glad you could catch it. It's a little bit early for you, but hopefully this doesn't make you too hungry. So I've got that going, and it's starting to, some of the liquids are coming out of that, right? So there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the product in right away, because I want it to get a little bit of heat before I put more of the liquid in there. Right. So I'll show you what it is for anybody that's just joined late. I'll put it all in. Why not? It's a little messy. I'm gonna catch a little bit of that heat. Right? It's more of a tough product, right? But you know what? It pairs well as a beef. I toss in my tomatoes as well, right? And some of the liquid out of the tomatoes will start to absorb into the dish. There we go. I gotta add a little bit of water because the bottom is sticking. So that's about maybe a quarter cup of water there. And I need to get this into a curry, so hey everyone. Yeah, so I need to make this into a curry, so don't worry so much about the bottom. If you're using a stainless steel pan like I am, it might dry up and catch on the bottom, but as soon as you put some liquid in there, it's going to reabsorb anything that was dried up at the bottom. So I'm going to leave the cilantro to the end here, right? And I want it to start to boil up, and we can start adding our dry spices. So I'm gonna let it heat up until it starts to boil. So let's start off with the basics, right? Actually, you know what? Let me start off with spices that don't have a lot of flavor. So I've got turmeric here, right? I'm gonna use half a teaspoon of turmeric, right? It's good to put turmeric in curries because it really hides the taste. I'm going, I think this is out. I'm gonna add some more black pepper in there. I can do that towards the end, so when I get a little bit of time, I'll add some in there. So let me add the curry now. So I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of curry as well. And then cumin. I'll do 1 teaspoon of cumin. Okay, now it's catching. I'm going to add some more water. It's going to be about a cup of water. There we go. Because I want everything to absorb while in there. And I've got some paprika. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of paprika in there too. There we go. Cool. Now, while just give it a quick mix, right? The curries are great. A couple ways you can thicken your curry is tomatoes. Tomatoes start to absorb into the water, right? They offer a great flavor as well as they help thicken up the curry as they melt into the liquids, into your dish. Okay, so I've got to put some black pepper in here. My grinder is empty. Hopefully I didn't put too much. Where did I put the top? There it is. So we got this going. Oh, too tight. You want to pair your turmeric with black pepper. Right, so I'm going to add, there we go, just a couple of grinds of black pepper in there. Right, and I also have some crushed chili. Right, so I'm going to take a little bit of crushed chili and put this in here just to give it a little kick. It's got a little lid on it, so I'm going to try to measure out as much as I can. You could do about half a teaspoon, whatever you feel comfortable with. I would normally go more, but it's a little bit difficult to get out. So, okay, so now everything's like heating up well, right? The heat's going. I always tend to spend a little bit more time in the intro and stuff like that. Gets me really short on time. What I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna have to wait till these cool, but these are the naan that I'm gonna be using. If you're in Canada, they're great. You can get them from Costco. Also, most grocery stores have them too. They're egg and milk free. Just gonna pop them in my toaster oven here, and just give that a toast. So that's good time. It will be roughly, let me just bring it down. It'll be roughly around the time that I should be finished this meal. So it's got 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Right? So now while this is going, get this to heat up well. I've got some green peas here, so they're just frozen green peas that I've measured out. It's a half a cup. I'm gonna add that in there, right? I know there's a lot of pea protein in here because that's one of the primary ingredients of the product, the Beefless product, but why not give it some color, right? We don't want a boring dish. If anybody's wondering, this was the product. It's a Beefless strips by the President's Choice brand. So now we've got this going. Less than 2 minutes left. And so I know you're probably wondering, you're probably saying, well, you didn't add any salt to this dish, right? So I'm gonna give it a quick check. There seems to be about 200. So I used the entire package. So there seems to be about 270 milligrams of sodium in the product already. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the shout out. Also, oh, the question's below. Let me see what the question is. Do you ever marinate or soak these types of products? No, this one's already, I believe it's pre-seasoned to kind of give, this one's given like a beefy taste to it, right? So I wouldn't marinate this one, and also this one has it already has sodium in it, so there's no point in adding more salt unless afterwards you feel that it needs more. So we've got about 45 seconds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some coconut milk in here, and I'm going to put about 2. Oh, I should have been using that. So I'm going to put 3 teaspoons of coconut milk. All right, give this a good mix. I think this needs a little bit more. I may have put a little bit too much water in here. The great thing about these curries, right? So I'm going to, you know what? Let's put a little bit more. I'm going to put 4 teaspoons. Okay, so that's ready to go. Those are ready. The coconut milk is in here. Coconut milk is also going to help thicken up the dish, right? See, normally if you add too much water, what you would do is just let it boil out a bit more, and it helps everything absorb, right? So now I put myself on a time limit, so my curry isn't going to be as thick as I would like it, which is fine. I'm going to garnish it with some cilantro now. If I really wanted to thicken this up like right now, I would just add in a little bit of cornstarch, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm just going to eat this as it is. Let me grab these out of here so that they can warm up, cool down a bit. So I've got my 2 naan, right? You can cut your naan. So I'll give it a quick cut. It's got the naan going there. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the heat now. And I'm gonna give myself a nice serving. I'm gonna always have to remember what time I actually start cooking because I spend so much time. Hey Michelle. I always spend a little bit too much time talking about what I'm gonna make. Technically that's not part of the cooking, right? So. Some tomatoes in here. There we have it. There's your beefless. I'm just gonna let this sit and thicken up, and I'll probably have the remainder of this for my dinner. Right, with a nice thick curry. But let me give this a taste so I can tell you guys firsthand. Taste is good. The spice is good. I could do spicier, but sometimes you want to just enjoy it, right? Thank you, Sarah. Ooh, everything's hot. Hey Laura, how's it going? You're able to join today. Ooh, that's hot. The naan is hot. I should have taken the naan out of there. I have clear sinuses, yeah. Today we're supposed to be getting a lot of rain. I think there's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming through. Lucky I got out this morning and enjoyed a little bit of the outdoors. It's pretty hot out there in Las Vegas area, isn't it, Sarah? I know I have a friend who's in Arizona. Well, she tells us about the heat all the time. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Happy Friday. This product, because it's like it's soy protein and pea protein. It's got a nice thickness to it, right? It gets getting used to because normally you're having soya and maybe gluten, which gives it more of a softer bread-like feel, right? This one is hearty, it's heavy. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about making the entire bag because I think it goes longer from an energy wise. Oh wow. So you had some rain, that's good. But it's gonna go back up to 110. I'm surprised by how hot this naan stays. It's insane. Now it's been like maybe about 10 minutes since, well, I guess I started it 10 minutes ago. Been about 8 minutes since I actually toasted them, but it's so hot still. Oh, sometimes on my runs, you know, we get like super humid days where it's like, it feels like 30 Celsius. And it's so hard to breathe. So I can imagine how hot it is there, but you get more dry heat, right? You're going to show us how to make that. Oh, you just missed it. Sorry, Tina. Or sorry, Teelan? I'm just finishing and I'm just doing the mukbang now. But I'm gonna have this replay up on my YouTube, so if you want to watch. So there was how many ingredients? We had the beefless strips, we had the onion, the garlic, the cilantro, the peas, right? We got curry powder, cumin, paprika, turmeric, black pepper, and some crushed peppers. That was pretty much the dish, right? Other than the and then coconut water coconut milk as well. Those are all the ingredients. Yeah. But those days when it's like super humid, aren't you like super happy to have those humid days because of it's so dry? How does plant life? Do you garden? You must. You have a little garden. How do your plants do? Do you have to pick canopies? Feels hard to breathe, yeah. Well, I curse when it rains when I have to go run or something like that, but after the morning, I'm fine if it rains because, you know, it helps with our plants too, right? Our little garden in the back. Rainwater is so much better. A little bit more. I try to find desert. I try to find desert plants, happy plants. Otherwise, they would just burn. Yeah, I hear you. So I guess you're planting specific plants, right? Or can tomatoes survive in that type of heat? Or is it a specific type of tomato? Last year we planted these tomatoes called supersonics, and man, that plant grew up to like about 5 feet, or maybe even past 5 feet. And the tomatoes we got out of that were pretty crazy. Yeah. Otherwise the sun will burn it, right? If you have any questions, just pop them in. I am almost done here. Just a couple peas here. I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna let the curry simmer down a little bit so it gets nice and thick. So there's a couple different ways you could, if you like thicker curries, depends on your preference, right? Oh, you went small in the garden, but last year we had, yeah, I think we kind of did the same thing last year. It was too much. So this year we kind of reserved it back, and we planted more flowers too. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You can always feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or comment here below. I will see you Tuesday for the next live juice, and Friday for the next cooking. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my next cooking, but I'll give it a good amount of thought. Okay. So until then, bye everyone. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and thank you so much for joining. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you, Renan. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I just saw that message right now. Have a great day.